Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was fully ready to come on here late in the morning. Late last night, I guess you could say. Probably around 2 in the morning. I was ready to make a YouTube video about OBJ and how things are looking up and bright about him coming to the New England Patriots, especially after all of the tweets we got from legitimate sources leaning towards OBJ signing with the New England Patriots, which we will get into. Thank God I did not make that video, because everybody would be clowning me in the comments right now, because OBJ will not be signing with the New England Patriots, as supposedly he is honing in on 3 different teams: the Saints, the Chiefs, and the Packers. Now we're going to get into all 3 of those teams, what I thought about this. But yeah, I mean, I was more than hyped to get on the channel today and talk about OBJ to the New England Patriots. Was going to touch on my 500 Tinder matches for you guys, but instead, we are going to be having nothing but an overall depressed video. So, there's no other way to start this. Just roll the damn intro. So OBJ to the New England Patriots is something that we have discussed for multiple years. I mean, I would say for about, 4 to 5 years. I would probably lean towards 5 years now at this point. Consistently we talk about OBJ to the New England Patriots, whether that's via trade. Well, I guess it would have to be via trade, because this is the first time in OBJ's career that he is a free agent able to sign anywhere. OBJ's always been linked back to the Patriots, and in my last video where I talked about OBJ, I even told you guys, did OBJ back in the day want to play for the New England Patriots so bad because he wanted to play in the Patriots system? He wanted to play for the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, and the coaching staff, or is it because he wanted Tom Brady throwing him the ball? I guarantee you, if Tom Brady is in New England right now, if this is 3 years ago, I guarantee you OBJ is a New England Patriot right now. Hands down. If Tampa Bay does not have the loaded core that it currently has, OBJ would 100% be with the Tampa Bay Bucks right now. But let's get into all of the tweets that we saw. Now, right here, you can see from GT Bobby Thompson. He said, I never said Odell to the Patriots was a done deal. I said the team was working hard on a deal. The ball is in Odell's court, which is completely true. That is completely true. Odell Beckham Jr. is a free agent. He is able to sign where he wants. This is not a trade. This is not, the Giants almost trading him to the Patriots and then trading him to the Cleveland Browns. This isn't the Cleveland Browns almost trading him to the Saints, where Odell has no say in it. Odell gets to sign where Odell wants to go. If Odell wanted to play for the New England Patriots that bad, he would be here right now. Unfortunately, he does not. Another tweet here from GT Bobby Thompson. Patriots are working hard to get a deal done with wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. Guys, now we are not done. We have so many more tweets that made it look like Odell to the Patriots was looking more than bright. The Patriots have put on a full court press trying to sign Odell Beckham Jr., but he is waiting to hear best offers. His first choice would not to be to sign with New England. Packers and Saints still firmly in contention to land him. Then my boy Evan Lazar. Love Evan Lazar. Evan Lazar says the Patriots' interest in Odell Beckham is very real. I'm told they're in the running for OBJ's perspective too. It's going to come down to Belichick versus an established quarterback. And there's 2 big things that I was hearing throughout this entire thing is contention, established quarterback, and coaching. The Patriots are in contention. If the playoffs happened right now, the playoffs happened this week, New England would be the final seed in the playoffs. So they are still in contention. They have the best coaching in the National Football League. And although Mac Jones is a rookie, he's a top 10 passer. So there's no reason the Patriots shouldn't have been included in this. Now, Jeff Howe here, he comes out as one of the best legitimate sources, I would say, when it comes to New England Patriots. Nothing but legit sources constantly and consistently. He says, it sounds like the conversation between Odell Beckham Jr.'s camp and the Patriots was more on the exploratory level. Obviously, several other teams are involved. We'll see how things progress with Beckham and his options from here. And then lastly, Jeff goes at it again and says, the Patriots have been in touch with Odell Beckham Jr.'s camp, according to a source. I'm sure there's several other tweets that we could get into here that show that things look bright for the Patriots. The Patriots are very serious about Odell Beckham Jr. They're pushing hard to sign him. And like we've talked about, Odell Beckham Jr., from reported sources, not just from the past, but even the last couple days, was interested in the New England Patriots also. Then unfortunately, this morning, Diana Rossini from ESPN reports the heart-wrenching tweet I was hoping I was not going to get today. In fact, the exact opposite tweet that I was expecting to have today. She says, on the day in which he could make his final decision, free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is honing in on the Chiefs, Packers, and Saints, per league sources. Now, let's be honest. Anything could change. Anything could change. Is it likely to change? I'm going to be honest with you. No. The Patriots are highly likely out of this. And I'm really curious to see at the end, where does Odell Beckham Jr. sign? You know, we heard that his first choice was originally was the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have not been mentioned in this at all. Then it was the Packers. The Packers are still, a top 3 team for him here. One of the only 3 teams, it sounds like, that are still in the running for him. What I don't understand here about those 3 teams is, one, look, the Packers, I get the Packers. Look, Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to be the number 1 wide receiver, but if he wants to play for a contender, he wants to have a legitimate quarterback, good coaching, I completely understand the Packers. I would not hate Odell on the Packers. I completely understand. I mean, go ahead and get Aaron Rodgers a ring at this point, honestly. If it's not the Patriots, I wouldn't mind the Packers for him. I completely understand that. The Kansas City Chiefs, pretty good coaching. Patrick Mahomes, a great quarterback. He can launch that ball for you down the field if you want big splash plays down the field. Patrick Mahomes is your guy. Patrick Mahomes is a guy that is going to get you those big splash plays and potentially get you a big deal this offseason. If you want to look good this offseason, sign a 1-year deal with one of these 3 teams and then head into the offseason with a hopefully larger market for yourself and sign a bigger contract. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks to be able to do that for you. Unfortunately, Patrick Mahomes has not been Patrick Mahomes. He has looked absolutely awful. The Kansas City Chiefs have more turnovers than any other team in the NFL, including the Jacksonville Jags. So unfortunately, Odell, while Patrick Mahomes is still a great quarterback, I picked him up in fantasy, which, dear God, was a terrible, terrible idea. The last few weeks, Pat Mahomes has not looked good. Could he turn it around? Maybe. But you also have to understand, Odell, you're not going to be that number 1 guy. You're going to get looks for sure, which you have to understand too. They have that running game. They have, which isn't exactly great, but they also still have Tyreek Hill. They have Travis Kelce, who's been upset that he hasn't gotten the ball that much. I don't know what you think is going to happen there. If you're specifically ring chasing, then go ahead. I can understand why you're going to the Packers or the Chiefs. But the final one, which makes absolutely no sense here. You want to go to the Saints? The Saints over the Patriots. Now, Saints, great coaching. Sean Payton, love him. Love him. Love the coaching staff there in New Orleans. They're not a contender. Could they squeeze into the playoffs? Sure, maybe. But I don't see him as a legitimate contender, especially with that quarterback situation. You want to play with a real, legit, established quarterback. Why are the Saints even close to being mentioned in that? Unless they're going to sign Cam Newton, and that's something that OBJ secretly knows. Why would you want to play with Trevor Siemian at quarterback? How do you think that is going to raise your stock, raise your market at all? Again, I can understand the Packers. I can understand the Chiefs. I can get with it. but I cannot understand why in God's name Odell Beckham Jr. would want the Saints over the Patriots. If Drew Brees was still there, I understand, but he's not. But it looks like Odell Beckham Jr. to the Patriots is, like I said, not happening anymore. I mean, the rich get richer, I guess, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. Dear God, I hope that doesn't happen. Honestly, at this point, if he signs with any team, I hope that the Seahawks come back in this somehow, or he ends up going to the Packers. If it's not the Patriots, those are the two teams ultimately I would like to see. From a legitimate standpoint here, the only reason I could see that he'd want to be a part of the New Orleans Saints is the fact that they have absolutely zero receivers. If Odell Beckham Jr. wants to be the legit number one receiver on a team, the Saints definitely are a good team to go to if that's what you're looking for, because my God, you will be the best pass catcher there 100%, especially with Michael Thomas out for the rest of the season, at least. Who knows what to do with him after the season. So before we end this video off, though, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of this channel, betonline.ag, guys. BetOnline is back. They're better than ever, as all eyes are on the gridiron teams for another football season. And as always, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all pro and college football action this season. With a new updated site and interface and even more odds and props, BetOnline continues to be the #1 source for everything football. All you guys got to do is head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 100% off welcome bonus, guys. That is double your initial deposit just for signing up. Do not forget to use that promo code NFL100 in order to get that bonus, guys. From football to basketball to boxing to your favorite Vegas casino games, do not wait to take advantage of all of the amazing offers still available for the 2021 season, guys. We are talking about BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. But guys, I appreciate you for watching this video. Unfortunately, this isn't the video I was hoping I was going to be making today. Really didn't think this was the video I was going to be making today, but I mean, hey, another day, another time the New England Patriots are interested in a high-end name that doesn't end up working out for us. But guys, we're still in playoff contention. Let's roll with what we have. We have more than enough pieces, and let's prove to Odell why he should have signed with the New England Patriots. But without further ado, I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news from top to bottom. I'll be your #1 source. But like always, appreciate you guys for watching.